whether we believe in the Holy Scriptures, whether this be the Torah or the Holy Bible, including the very first book called the Genesis, chapter 1, or we decline or reject the doctrines found in the Holy Bible and want to follow the doctrines made by Charles Darwin, known as the doctrines on evolution. The fact which we cannot deny is that the animals came into the world, the other species of the animal kingdom, before the human beings coming into existence. Even though, according to the second chapter of the modern translation of the Holy Bible, it shows that God created the animals in order to accompany his most precious creation, human being, Adam, or Adam as it is also called in English. His creation was not to be destroyed. Later in the Bible, we also see the commandments given by Moses the prophet includes that if a person comes and finds a bird with its cheeks, the person should let the mother bird the mother bird go free and may take the chicks with that particular person, with him or her. Later also we see that when the prophet Balaam reluctantly comes to King Balak of Moab, an angel of God withstands him with an open and drawn sword in his hand. And it is the ass or the donkey which first recognizes the obvious danger and tries to protect her master Balaam. And even when Balaam strikes the ass, not merely one time, not merely twice, but thrice or three times, God opens the mouth of the ass and later opens the eyes of Balaam, and he recognizes the danger. And the angel reproaches Balaam by saying, if the ass did not disobey her master Balaam, the angel would slay Balaam and let the ass live. This quite clearly shows that God's creation, not merely of human being, but of other creatures, were very significant. Even if we rejected the sound doctrine of the Holy Bible or the Torah and wanted to adhere to evolution, or the theory of evolution, we would still have to rely upon the facts that animals coexisted with us since time immemorial. Today is known as the International Anti-Vivisection Day. Vivisection is carried out upon various species of the animal kingdom, including mice and rats, guinea pigs, and other species of the animal kingdom, before a product is considered to be safe and sound, and allowing it to appear in the market, to be sold or even used in benefit of God's creation, the human race. And no doubt, sometimes such products are meant simply to be used for luxurious purposes, not for true benefits, which includes, of course, or I should say, the products which include various types of perfumes, aftershaves, and various other types which include even like paints which are used for our household purposes. But are we truly justified in carrying out such brutal, cruel, inhuman experiences upon the other species of the animal kingdom? Returning to the Torah or the Holy Bible, God, having created his creation and his most supreme creation, the human being on earth, he said, rule over other creatures. He said to rule, not to destroy, not to tyrannize. The difference between a ruler or a regent and a tyrant is very simple. A ruler or a regent is answerable and remains answerable and remains thus committed to protect his or her subjects, even in risking his or her own life. When vehicles, I should say the motorized vehicles, were not invented and not used by regents, by rulers, and even by tyrants, a very common practice was that after the coronation, the regent or the sovereign would ride on horseback in 4 directions with a drawn sword in his or her hand, symbolically to show that he or she will be answerable in protection of his or her subjects. That was the role of a true regent or a true ruler. A tyrant does not care about his subjects, or her subjects, if I may use the expression. He or she becomes too selfish in showing his or her power, in oppressing and exploiting his subjects or her subjects. But one fact which remains indisputable, that even a tyrant would have no subjects to tyrannize if those subjects were destroyed. Whether those subjects be human beings or belonging to the other species of the animal kingdom. We are responsible as the supreme creatures, as the true rulers of our world, to protect the other species of the animal kingdom. True be it that sometimes vivisection can be justified. If that particular vivisection were carried out in order to ensure that a certain product like medications to cure deadly diseases were to be invented and sold in markets. But I fail to understand by which legitimacy we can carry out such brutal, cruel, inhuman tests upon the other species of the animal kingdom if such products were meant and were mainly for luxurious purposes. I thank all of you in anticipation for your kind comprehension and most desperately needful response. Yes, most desperately needful response in prevention of any kind or type of abuse against our fellow species of the animal kingdom. And beg you most humbly to come forward in protection of the other species of the animal kingdom. Thank you once again in anticipation for the same.